Neither Virat Kohli nor Rohit Sharma have actually been a part of India's T20I setup ever since India's rather disastrous exit from the 2022 T20 World Cup, where they were pretty much outclassed in the semi-finals by eventual winners England. A lot of people, though, since then have been clamoring for them to make a comeback, or at least one, if not both of them. But is that really something that India need to be focused on? Well, that's at least not really the case, according to former India head coach Ravi Shastri, who said that both of these players here should in fact be kept away from the T20I format and stuck mostly to ODI and Test cricket. This is what he said when it comes to, of course, both of these players being selected. He said that you should give youngsters the opportunities in T20Is so that they get the exposure, whilst you keep the Virats and Rohits fresh for one-day cricket and Test cricket. Now, to be fair, that is something that has been happening in recent times, because as I said, pretty much every series that has been played since the T20I World Cup, there's been no Virat or no Rohit in any of the T20I sides. They have, however, been consistent features in the ODI and Test team. So it does seem like they're going that way, and whatever doubts anyone had about them, they've not really managed to quell during this edition of the IPL, whereas a lot of young players have stepped up to the plate big time. Another thing he said, that when it comes to experienced players, he said that your focus with that kind of experience should move to Test cricket and red ball cricket for the future World Test Championships, and then they stay fresh. And that's a good argument to make, because we all know that with a 2-month IPL, which will be extended longer potentially next year, as well as plenty of white ball assignments, it does make sense for the more experienced players to maybe pick one format less and not in fact look to play all three formats throughout their career. And if you're a Rohit and a Virat, truth be told, it just makes more sense to stick to the formats which suit your style of play better, which is batting long and accumulating or getting big runs. T20Is don't necessarily have space for those many accumulators at the top of the order, so it makes no sense really having them around. And this is what he says, or this is what Shastri says when talking about how it is that youngsters should be selected, or why it is that youngsters should be selected. This is in fact what he feels should be the criteria for a young player coming through in T20Is. He's saying that you have to look at who is it that is hot at the moment, who's consistent, who's got the runs, and where he's got the runs. That is how you pick a T20I team. So don't necessarily just look at experience. You have to look at who's young, who's in momentum right now, and strike while the iron is hot. And unfortunately, in the case of Rohit and Virat, that hasn't been the case. But how do you feel? Do you think that this is something that the Indian team should stick with? Well, you can let us know about this in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap the bell icon, leave us a comment, follow us on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook, and don't forget to download the SportsTak app as well. Plus, if you're already on the channel, go ahead, check out some other videos that we've done. For now, from my side, goodbye.